We are. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Cryptic Heartland Podcast, episode number 110, and we got extra people today. We're growing by the minute, so we got.
Hey, how you doing?
Got Mr. Dan the Man behind us, with us, not behind us, and of course Jason and myself.
You bet.
Yep. So.
Mr. Jake is off fishing.
Yeah, having a good time.
Fishing.
What's up, everybody at home watching? Got our fans watching. Hello.
Hello,
Sorry.
fans.
It's going to be a fun episode. I'm tired. I've been up since 6 this morning and got like 4 or 5 hours sleep. So, yeah. It's going to be a fun, wild, bumpy ride. I don't know why bumpy, but...
Unless the old man falls out of his chair.
Don't make... Have some respect for Dan, man. He's right
Wow.
next to you, dude.
Just blocks it right off himself.
Heck yeah. Anywho. Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going. Just real quick, we're 1 week away from the official 100th
Less than a week
celebration.
away.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah, we're doing it Saturday. So
Saturday.
Next Saturday.
6 days away.
August 1st. Yeah, I was trying to think what day it was.
Thank God we're going into August. Get rid of... I want out of summer so bad.
Not me.
Yes.
Nope.
Yep. Bring on fall and winter and all that crap.
Boo.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, this Saturday.
Yes,
special 100 episode celebration.
We're going to go live. We're planning on going live 7 till whenever. So, could be...
4 in the morning.
Could be.
Could be 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
You never know.
Be the first time.
The way we are together and everything, yeah, really could.
We go with the activity, man. So if it's going good, we're gonna go with it. So it'll be fun though, regardless. We got some stuff in the works already, and I don't know, just some fun stuff, man. I can't wait. Cannot wait. Sorry.
Let's just do it tonight then. Screw it. Let's go.
All right, let's go. You got the keys?
I wish. No.
We don't need no keys. We'll just break in like always, right?
From the rooftop?
No, I'm kidding. We don't break in ever. Bunch of savages.
I don't even know if there is a entrance up there for the roof.
I'm sure I can fall through it and find out.
Probably. If there is a person that would, it would be.
It'd be Lil. He'd fall right through.
I do my own stunts, man. Usually I'm pretty good about that stuff, but...
yeah.
Trying to fix
No,
the
it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be exciting to see what kind of stuff we come up with for the inside the building.
There'll be juggling going on.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Just trying to think of... trying to jazz it up.
Leo's very tired.
And we got more of the team going to be there as well, so you know.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I
sounds
hope
like
they. I hope they all come. So.
Yeah, we got our Dodge City peeps hopefully going to make it down. That's the plan anyways.
Yeah, Chris and Renee and Andy will be there.
Yeah.
Jake will be there. Roth will even be in attendance, I believe. I know.
Wow.
Who's Roth? I don't know any Roth.
I know.
Only person that...
Oh, yeah. He's going to be our caterer.
Yeah.
I was talking to him to cater the event.
You know, I bet you if we said something... No,
oh, you should do that with the...
Not like that.
You should do the sponsored by...
Yeah.
I tried. He doesn't get the hint. I've mentioned it too many times, and he just... Either he doesn't care, or... No, I'm kidding.
He doesn't want us to hurt his business. You know?
I don't blame him. I mean, we only went live one time there and broadcast, and, you know...
I know, it was a lot of fun.
Gave it business, you know. Hang on, I'm trying to fix cameras. Okay, alright, anywho. So, yep, episode 100th celebration is happening next Saturday, like I said. At our... Have we said the place already? I think you said it one time, didn't you?
We just call it the shop.
Yeah.
It's down in Old Town.
Yep. And place is amazing. We've had so much activity that happens there all the time, and from the very first day I went there to the last time I've been there, it just keeps growing and changing and intensifying and having fun, man.
Shoot, you even played footage for me I never even seen before today.
I like it. I like it a lot. Yep. So Renee wants to know if Russ bringing the pizza. That's what I was trying to drop hints. So. Oh, and Carl wants to give a big congratulations to Jason and Corey.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, I agree.
Thank you.
Jason got engaged 7 months ago, but just barely told everybody yesterday.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday or like Friday?
It was last night, yeah. You know.
slacker.
got engaged, but we held off, and then
Yeah.
kind of asked that question. How come we haven't told everybody?
Gotta make it public now. We gotta
Yeah,
do
so we did.
Yeah.
So, we already have the venue already paid for and and picked out and everything. So we're
it.
ready
Is it haunted?
to go. No, I doubt it. I know.
Okay.
Everywhere's haunted.
You never
Silly
know.
Goose.
Hey, well, that's true. That's true.
Of course
It
it's
is
haunted.
really old, from the 40s. So,
Oh, really? Okay,
so,
okay.
Yep, sir.
it's gonna be good.
Yep. So, yeah. I don't know. Sorry, I got nothing.
You're done.
I've been done.
Okay,
I've
so
been
I'll
done.
I'll let you kind of gain your thoughts and everything. But in the
You
meantime,
got that kind of time?
so he's getting old, isn't he? He's
A
getting
little senile.
Not getting old, get better.
as he's fumbling through his words. And
No. That was you, remember?
take one.
That was you. There you go.
No,
What's
so
up?
so speaking of equipment,
talking about equipment.
we were a little earlier from just different things.
Okay.
So everybody knows the 360 and different stuff that we use and everything.
Yeah.
What's so take the plasma.
The Plasma 360,
So-
yes.
Do you think it's legit or not? And what is like the actual, how do you detect whether it's real, not real? Myself doing it or stuff like that, trying to erase and eliminate all the variables around it, trying to figure out like what it does and everything like that. I mean, it's it's pretty crazy.
I don't think you can see that very well. on
Yeah, camera can't see it very well
Well,
and everything.
it's-
But
Well, here, let me do this real quick. I'm going to turn the lights off temporarily so you can see. 'cause
Yeah.
With the lights, you can't see. So, let's move it around a little bit. Like, I don't know if I can see that or not on camera.
don't know. I mean, they see that it's lit up and everything
Yeah.
like that. But what is your actual opinion on? Does it
Well,
work?
kinda
Does it not work?
Go over it. Like, what all does it do? Because I knew some of it until we were talking about it and we
Do you
used it
know
on a
much about
case.
this?
I do a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Plasma 360. So it's got the ring around the sides that
All this
detects
right here.
an energy,
Right.
like an EMF field.
EMF, uh-huh.
So the closer you get to it, or electric static, it turns the lights on, all the way around it. So it'll follow it, per se, the static or the movement. If something walks through it, around it, supposedly the light's going to follow it.
Right.
Right.
Just like
like a REM
Jake's,
pod or like
Yeah.
an E-pod and all the stuff
Right.
we have. Yep.
and kind of like Jake's 360.
Oh, the 360
Yes.
itself, yeah.
Everything. So, okay, now
The
explain
plasma,
this.
the plasma
part.
disc. And basically on that one there is the same thing. The lights come on, and then the closer you get to it, your energy or your EMF is supposed to make the lights bright and shoot towards you and at you.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you
Um,
think it's legit?
Oh, sorry. Well, I was going to say, was it when we used on the investigation a couple weeks ago? Somebody said it also did the same job as a EM pump.
Oh, really?
Supposedly, that's what it says in the online when you get
Really?
it and everything like that. It's supposed
Yeah.
to like.
The plasma side
It's
of it's
supposed
the
to
EM pump?
like. Yeah, it's supposed to
'Cause
like.
I was commenting. I'm
put
sorry to
out.
cut you off.
No,
I
no,
was
go ahead.
commenting. I was like, man, I wish Dan was here for your. We need your EMF pump so we can get stuff going, whatever. And
Yeah.
well, I mean, things were happening. It's just I wanted to see how strong we can make this thing.
Oh, sure,
happen.
sure.
And
Right.
somebody commented that night, like, "Oh, that's what this is for too. It does that." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know."
That's
that
what
did
it
that.
says online about
That's
it.
cool.
So from the actual
Yeah.
website that she bought it. So
Well, the plasma disc is, I mean, it's like the Tesla coil.
Yeah.
I mean, it does the same thing. It sends electrical pulses. So, I mean, it would generate, I guess, an EM pump style.
right.
But it's just, to me, I think the lights would kind of more of draw the energy to it instead of dispersing energy out to make it stronger. I mean, I don't know, maybe not. But
I mean, the thing is, we used it that night and we got some great. I mean, instantly we turned that thing on and set it down stationary next to a departed person's ashes, and
Right.
the thing was answering right away through it.
Yeah.
I mean, like the thing on top was just lighting up, and it wasn't lighting up like through all 360. It was like a certain color.
Right.
And yeah, I don't know. I thought it did fine. I mean, it was helping us that night. We got most of the activity. Well, it's not.
Do you think it's legit?
I think so.
The actual 360 with the little sticks around it. I mean, I've seen that thing in action and used it, and,
Okay.
and I know, legit for sure.
Yeah.
So
Or at
how-
least I think it is.
So you take two people that have it,
Yeah.
and say, I'll just say me and Corey.
Yeah.
I go near it, and it just like goes nuts.
hmm
She'll go near it, and it doesn't do a single thing.
But think about how long we've been investigating and everything.
I know, and that's-
some other things.
One of her questions was like, "Is it just because I have more stuff attached to me that?"
I would say less. Oh, you mean you?
Me,
Oh, I
me.
meant her.
Her.
When she said
Yeah.
that, sorry. Yeah, no, quite possibly. I mean,
Because I mean, last night we had it out because there,
Mhm,
as you
mhm.
know, that there's weird things that keep happening in our home and everything.
right.
And I would just walk by it, and as I walk off, it starts going like around and stuff.
Yeah.
Or I could just talk about it, and it starts doing it.
What's the matter?
What?
Nothing, just
Oh, you saw some?
a huge shadow. Just
Oh, sorry. I wasn't looking. I was looking down at the chat line. Sorry. Dang you, chat people! Quit chatting me up. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so that's what. And then she
Yeah.
would get up and walk around, just to test it and stuff. Nothing. No
Mhm.
detection. Nothing. I get up and move, and it just like pinpoints exactly where I'm going.
See, I think that's funny that you said you thought the 360 plasma did something. Initially, I was real skeptic about it because I'd seen it a couple of times. We used it on, we went to that place in Andover, the therapy place.
yes.
And it actually did light up that night on command because we said, hey, if you're there, if this is your chair, whatever, light up, whatever. And the thing turned red. And then I saw it at Jason's house, too, on the bed. He put it in the bed. We were in the living room, and there was nobody in there, and the thing was lighting up on its
Lighting
own.
up.
Right. Yeah.
As we were talking
Because
about
he had a
things.
clear view from the couch to
Mhm.
the bed, and he could see it.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
so I became more a believer
true.
of it. Yeah. Because at first I was like, it's just colorful lights. I mean, we turn
That's
it
true.
on, and yes, like anything. I mean, we can manipulate the REM pod too if I get too close to it, But I like seeing it, and those two instances because nobody was around it basically,
Yeah.
and it was answering.
And we've used it, and we had really good success with it at the Depot Theater on the stage.
I wasn't there, so
And
that's
then-
probably why. Okay.
Then at in McPherson, at a
Uh-huh.
location that we did over there,
Right.
man, that thing went crazy over there. So
Really
yeah,
cool. Yeah. So I'm becoming more receptive to it. But that's usually how I am with any piece of equipment. I'm like, I want to see it work before I could form an opinion on like anything. 'Cause-
well, I got some new stuff coming. We should have it next week.
oh, cool.
And
I meant to order stuff and never got around.
we keep we're making a list of everything that we're going to start buying too.
Cool.
So we're going to have.
I got a gentleman that you need to. He's
I'm
small
not into
town.
that.
You're gonna buy a gentleman?
I'm not into that.
No, that's got some really cool
I mean,
stuff.
it
that's
is
developing.
new. So
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
I know you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
the one that Jake has been working with.
No.
A different guy. Oh,
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
I thought it was the guy that Jake was here a
Blah,
couple
blah.
weeks ago. He had the
Yeah.
light up.
Yeah, the one and the little pop up.
Yeah.
Those are both cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So,
I like them so far.
and we did see both of them in action during that investigation. and
I
it did
missed
work.
the lamp
That's when we first
in action.
turned it on. I think.
Yeah.
Down in that back bedroom.
Right.
You had
I
to-
was standing
yeah.
out in the hallway and back a little bit because I didn't
Yeah.
want to crowd or anything. But I don't know
Yeah.
how it works. I mean, I know how it works, but
Sure.
I don't know how good. Or
It's a
anything.
K2.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, basically K, but I mean, we could like when we had any location, Dodge City, we'll put a K2 over there, and you got everybody sitting up in the theater and you can't see it.
Right.
But man, this thing here, I mean, you
Yeah.
can see it 150 feet away.
Yeah, it's like that. It's and people at home, it's like a lantern. Basically, it pops up like a flashlight, but it changes colors as a K2 would. The thing we liked about it that night was we tested it with the cell phone because a K2 with a cell phone, you can manipulate that thing all day long. This one you couldn't do it,
Yeah,
so that was nice about it.
yeah. He
And
set the parameters a little bit different. So,
cool. Yeah,
yeah, and I like that about it. I mean, he's a nice, cool dude. I mean,
Yeah.
talking to him.
nice.
Yeah.
Did you order stuff from him too?
Yeah.
Or you have or had?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, and then you got somebody else you're working with too.
Yeah.
Right? Nice. Okay.
So this other gentleman, I mean, he's been doing it for a while, but he does them on limited runs.
Oh, cool.
He doesn't. Yeah, so he's got some neat stuff. We'll have to see what it looks like.
Yeah. Nice.
So you're saying you like this?
I do like it.
Okay.
I wanted one so bad,
yeah.
but after seeing the, the 360, I like the 360.
Yeah. I like them both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And they keep every time they make one, they keep making them a little bit different. Same principle, but a little bit more flashier every time he makes a new one. Because
Yeah.
I remember
just-
back in the day, it used to just be a 2-prong one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just a back and forth kind of a thing.
We weren't sure about the legitimate of it.
I could see that 100% with Corey not having it maybe as, and it's not because she may not have anything fall on her. It might just be
Right.
she may not be in tune with it as much. Versus you've been around us enough that, I mean, you've had situations where things are going to follow you. And
Yeah.
and she
latch
may
on
not
to
have
it.
as much adverse energy that he
Right.
has in his realm.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree with that 100%. Yeah. So that's interesting though that I'll have to test that with her again to see what.
Oh yeah.
'cause-
Well, we do plan on moving
Right.
from our location now just to a brand new place.
Yeah.
Here shortly in the next 2-3 months.
Yeah.
When it's available.
Right.
Well, when they're done building it.
Right.
But we do want to actually have you guys
Yeah.
come out and actually check everything out
Yeah.
and see what we can freaking find
I
out.
don't think you guys can afford us though. We're pretty steep in
Well,
price.
we'll see. We'll negotiate.
Kidding, of course. We don't charge. Anywho. No.
I'll feed you guys. Yeah, so, does that work?
Yes, sir. Let's see here. I'm just kind of reading some things here.
Yeah, I do like that device though.
Yeah,
I like it because it's bright. Very
Yeah.
bright.
it is.
I know you couldn't see it on
is.
camera very well until I turned the lights off, but when you see it in action,
Yeah.
it's really bright, and especially when you're in a dark setting. It's
Yeah, because we
very
were just
colorful.
watching a movie last night and just had it out. And
hmm
I mean, we stayed up pretty damn late.
yeah.
I think it was like 2 or 3 in the morning when we finally were like, we gotta go to bed. So, just testing things out. Went to go try to find some, any motion sensor lights and stuff like that. Couldn't find anything anywhere in stores. Just, I
Uh-huh.
want to buy quickly. Nothing. But, it's interesting that it just keeps happening in the house. So,
Yeah,
and you were there, so you can attest to
Nothing
we're not
happened.
crazy.
you're crazy.
No. I know.
Nah, if I wouldn't have been there that night, I would have been like, well, really? Because the activity on the stairs is what really blew my mind. Because
The running.
yeah, I mean, I could have sworn somebody was coming up the stairs. There was only one way this person could have got in would have been to break the window in. And
The
so-
fire escape
Yeah,
down there.
So we
Yeah.
definitely bolted for the stairs right away to see who the hell's coming in.
I really thought somebody had broke in,
Yeah.
and we were about ready to see someone standing there
There's
looking
nothing.
at us. Not a single thing.
Yeah.
And we have a surveillance camera down there,
Mm-hmm.
and at about the time that right before the running of the stairs, you can actually hear what sounds like footsteps on the carpet on the camera,
Yeah.
but no one's there.
And then that was also the same night Jason has talked about before. when I had left, like 3 in the morning, whatever time it was, he was
Yeah.
messaging me on the way home. Dude, I'm like, what's going on? And they heard was it Jingle Bells?
Yeah, so that we went
Oh.
downstairs because we were actually hearing stuff down there,
Mm-hmm.
moving and stuff like that. So he's gone. He went to go home and sleep, and so we're still up and pumped about this stuff. So I wanted to take a recorder and a K2 down there, so we
Right.
did. And as we're down in the basement with the lights on, and I'm like, where should I put this for the recorder? And then I was like, you know what? I should put it over by the camera in case the camera's volume blanks out. It'll still capture everything. And as soon as I go to take a step forward to the cabinet, like all of a sudden, Jingle Bells starts playing, like one of those electronic Christmas toys that you buy.
Right.
There's nothing in the storage room that actually has anything
Yeah.
with batteries that actually has it and plays it.
Right.
Like like we did. So I went through the room. I know there's an old Christmas tree. I know there's a Christmas tree
Yeah.
down there. One of those toddler ones that but you have to like hit the
Right.
the key the top of the tree to make it play
Yeah.
that song.
That's crazy.
But there's no batteries in it, and it wasn't working.
oh, that's right. I remember you saying there was no
So-
batteries.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
And we got it on recording, so
Yeah.
it was crazy.
definitely.
And you hear our reaction to it too. We're like, "What the?"
I think you sent that to me, didn't you?
I thought.
I should try to
Hoped I
find
did.
that. 'Cause I think you
If
said,
not, we've got it downloaded on the computer at home. So
I'm pretty sure you sent it to me,
Yeah.
but I'll have to go find it real fast.
crazy things at home, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yep.
I think
love
we
it.
all of our houses we had shit going on.
I
mean,
love it, but I don't because of some, you know, like I feel like we were talking about earlier, you know, the
Mhm.
whole Oberlin feeling that I
Right.
have. I feel like that's been kind of affecting us over the last few months. You know,
Yeah.
tension, anger, all that, but it's come to a head, and all of a sudden the house feels completely open,
Mm-hmm.
happy, clear. Personalities are great, and everything. Even the 3-year-old, you know.
Yeah.
He's happy running around and being, you know, good and everything like that.
Well, you know, some of them spirits do. They crave oppression.
They
And
do.
They
Oh
will.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll push it and pull it from people. And
We were talking about that, you know, a little bit of who or what. For me, it's more of what was there
Sure.
or is
Understandable.
there or still lurking. But yeah, I mean, there's, you know, we both had that time of not wanting to go home, and if we were going home, we didn't want to be around anybody or anything like that. It's just constant tension. But that's not who we are.
right.
Yeah.
That's not anything of the type of people we are, especially together.
Right.
You know, I mean, this is like our happy times and stuff like that, you know. So.
I'd be curious to see the people that lived there before if they had anything going on, or if it's something that
Well,
was brought in.
Funny is that when we were going through the house, and I always, anytime I move anywhere, I always do a quick cleaning of everything
Right.
because it's got to be Jason clean, and I learned that from my mom.
I was gonna say something
So-
mean, but it'll be nice.
No, I learned that from my mom.
I was gonna say so everything from 4 feet down is clean, but up
pretty
to-
much,
Wow.
pretty much because
You
kind
said
of.
Jason clean.
Yeah, because kind of like
I'm
what my mom and I both do. If we can't reach it, it's not getting clean. My mom will even say that too.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, we do.
So
So
your
yeah,
ceiling fans
I
all
was gonna
look
say I'm gonna
horrible.
come over and look at your ceilings and stuff and see.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I like your black paint around the top. That's pretty cool.
Well, the one time my mom
kidding.
got on the bed to like clean the ceiling fan is
That
when
when
she fell off and broke her neck.
Oh my god.
Oh, shoot, don't do that.
Yeah, I had to have
Yeah,
surgery and
I remember
everything.
that.
And I know she's listening to it too. So,
Ugh.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it's I don't know. I do feel different all of a sudden over the last 2 days.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Well, I mean, like Dan was saying, alluding to, if you feed into it, it's gonna just weigh on you guys heavier. I mean, the
Yeah.
negativity is gonna get worse.
It's just like all
It feeds
gone
off
all of a
that.
sudden. Yeah.
Well, you acknowledged it.
Uh-huh.
You guys, I mean,
Yeah.
you called it out. Basically, you sit there and said, hey, you know, we got something going on here.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, shit.
Right.
I better step back real quick.
Well, you better because I'm about ready to have you guys come in and fix it. You know.
I don't clean.
Sorry about that.
So. But no, it's been interesting. That's for sure.
Yeah. No, I understand completely.
But
yeah.
you know, being around me for as many years as we have been, and you saw me from the Oberlin times, it's almost exactly how I felt.
Wow.
I was
know.
getting to that point.
I was surprised when you said that the other day. I was like, oh god, that's interesting.
It's how I was feeling. I was just angry, moody, didn't want to talk.
Yeah.
Don't bother me. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't want to deal with anything, and she was feeling the same thing. And I,
Right.
you know, and then we were talking about Oberlin the other day, you know, and about the kids there in the house and
Yeah.
how they're so moody, and the fact that they wouldn't even look at us when we were there or nothing like that. And it's just, it
Yeah.
just like dawned on me, like, wait a second, am I like relapsing back into that?
It's quite possibly. I
You know?
mean, just because we did the cleaning at the cleansing, not the cleaning, the
Right.
cleansing at your other place doesn't mean
Yeah.
it definitely got rid of it. I mean, who
Right.
knows if it still lingers on you to this day, and
Right.
it just feeds it. It's waiting for its time to show itself.
And I feel like her and I, both in separate ways, every time we left the place,
Mhm.
and we're out and about doing stuff all day, the better we felt.
Yeah,
But when we got home, it was just like, you know, and it just kind of fit the scenario.
yeah,
And which I'm like, fucking hate that. So, you know,
you
so,
hear that?
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I was
It's like a
ta-
male voice came through.
oh,
Not yours.
I was
but-
talking, so
No,
I
no,
didn't
I
hear
know.
it. Sorry.
No, I heard it underneath you, but underneath your voice.
Well, if it's with me or whatever, you know, whatever,
Yeah,
we're going to fix it.
yeah.
So-
Give it our best shot, because that's why we do what we do. I mean, because that's what clients ask for. Same thing.
We went out and bought some stuff yesterday.
Did
Did you get what I told you to get? Come on, man.
What'd you tell me to get? Sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm the old man.
Well, we're gonna go
I
back. We're gonna
remember.
go to the
I'm
other
just
store
kidding.
that you go to sometime.
Well, there's a new one over here by our house.
Really?
It's right here at 21st and Tyler, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
What's it called?
I don't know.
Okay.
Innovation,
Okay.
something right
so
there.
what'd you tell me to get?
Spirits be gone.
Black tourmaline.
Yes. Oh, yes. We actually have some of that in the house somewhere, but it's in a box, and we
Right.
haven't never put it out.
And selenite. Get a selenite. The clear.
She might.
Okay.
She's bought a whole bunch
Okay.
of stuff.
We'll rid the house. I mean, once we sage it once.
Yeah, and I did buy a bunch of that. So
Sage and
have
lavender.
that.
We'll get it cleaned up, get it cleansed, grid the house out that way.
what about certain like sages and stuff like that? Like, so I saw a new one in the store that I'm like, ooh, it's red. It's
Red?
Dragon Blood, I believe, is what it was called.
I've asked Jeremiah about that. I was like, does it matter the type of sage you
Right.
use? And I actually asked other people too, and they all said the same thing. It's not so much the sage type; it's just the act
How
of it.
you do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how you perform it and stuff like that. And because all sage is really doing is getting the negative energy out of it,
Right.
out of your location, whatever. And,
Well, we're gonna do both
yeah,
at the same time, and just
Yeah.
yeah.
we even have leftover from when we first moved in, and life was happy for a good year,
Yeah.
a little over a year, and then just now it's like,
Yeah.
finally at this
I
very
heard
moment.
that too. Yeah, that was loud.
Damn it! I gotta stop talking.
Wow.
It was like a yell or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it because I'm talking about getting rid of it?
Could be.
I don't know. I mean, it's possible. I mean, things like that don't want
It's like, you know,
to go away.
it's like in Oklahoma when we were saying you cannot come near
Yeah.
us, do anything, and then you heard that scream of no.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was, and the thing is, we didn't capture that on camera or a recorder. We
No, it's just us. That
heard it.
Yeah.
I mean, we had stuff going on. It just didn't pick up. It's like it doesn't want to be heard.
Yeah.
But no,
So-
it's weird that you say stuff like that. Because I was watching in preparation for the 100th episode. I was looking for video and stuff, different things,
Yeah.
and that was loud. Was that you?
No.
Oh, okay. Something's talking, whatever. I was looking at videos and stuff. I came across some of the other ones, like things like there's again. Sorry, people at home, we're hearing stuff to the headsets.
You don't hear that, huh?
No.
Wow.
Is yours up loud? Mine's not up loud at all.
No, me neither.
Mine's
but-
real low.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
I hear everything perfect.
yeah.
You know, I mean,
Don't do that.
sorry.
'Cause people hear that too.
I know.
Not kidding.
I'm just saying, I can
Yeah.
hear that. I just don't hear.
Yeah. No, I was going through some of the video I was talking about. I came across the patty house with the infamous
Ooh,
flipping of the.
damn it.
Right.
I watched it again. I don't get it. I forgot about prior to that. We were walking around and we were back in the blue room, and that's when we heard the female talking to us, and also, well, we say a female. That's when the broom got shoved over.
Right.
And I was watching the footage. I know that's not doing people any justice. I'm not showing the footage, but what do you call it? I looked, and there's one shot I'm filming because I had my GoPro in my hand, and I
Right.
also had my Facebook Live, whatever, going at the time. And you took one of them, I think Facebook Live for me.
Yeah, I was trying to hold it for you because
Yeah,
you were
'cause I
too
was
busy
juggling
doing
two hands,
that.
yeah. But on one of the cameras, on the one you happened to be filming, I think you pan over, and the broom's facing this way. And then when we all heard it. I had my back turned to it, unfortunately, so I didn't
I
get the
watched
camera.
it. I
Yeah.
watched it happen.
It's not on camera, unfortunately.
Right.
But you pan over after we all heard it, and it was over this opposite way.
Yeah.
So it did move, and nobody was around it because
Right.
there was stuff piled in front of it, kind of. So you
'Cause I had
couldn't get
Roth
to
and
it.
Cody right there,
Yeah.
and then I was just trying to film them and everybody,
Yeah.
and then I was looking this way, and instead of, I know better now that wherever my head looks,
Just got hit with something. Sorry.
so yeah,
Vibrations.
wherever, when I film now, it's like wherever my head goes, I make sure the camera's going with me too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I remember the broom actually flying over.
It was right after we heard that female voice too, which this house, the famous patio house we talk about, we think it was, I don't know. I'd say it's still possibly demonic just because of, well, we asked it,
Sorry.
are you a demon? And the thing's turned, we had Jeremiah's phone faced just sitting on a case, and we're all huddled around it. And you hear this thing come through, go, yes, real guttural, yes. And then we're like, oh, did you guys hear that? You know, that's crazy.
Right.
And I said, you hear what I said? Are you a demon? And then the thing, Jeremiah's phone, it stays stationary, but his screen flips with nobody touching it, and you see these lights come on, and then it starts typing out, maybe, maybe not. And it's a female voice, which is weird, but I think it's because his phone's typing. But it's the fact it typed on his own, and it's all on camera, and luckily it was going Facebook Live that night, and we also had our handhelds, because, it was just incredible. But that was one of the things there was some debate over whether it was as an elemental spirit or whether it was, because they're just as nasty as demonic. They're not going in any way. They're not going anywhere or away from anything. But this one just, I don't know. Once I got that, I just started asking those questions. I got the feeling that all of a sudden I felt demonic. I don't know why. And nothing was going bad. It was really. But the thing was weird. It was really avoiding us that night. Like, I chased the thing around because you could go around, and it's in the basement. You go around the whole width of the basement, kind of in a circle, and there's a wall in between divider, and I kept chasing this thing around in circles, and it would never confront me. And that's when Gloria was around, and she used to. The thing that always reminded me, or struck me out, she said she could never hear anything talk, which is unusual, but whatever. Some people have different powers. But she always described things being demonic as little, like, gargoyle type things. And that's what we were seeing that night. So I was like, well, maybe she is hitting on something there. That maybe she was right about that. But cause I could see this little thing. It looked like a little dog, like a little schnauzer, I think is what they're called, like Toto, like the black dog, that kind of dog. But it was like more, I don't know, like beefier kind of. And it just was not. It would not come near me, and I would chase it around for multiple times. And
wow.
I don't know. And the fact that we're getting that on, once everybody came in the house, because Jason and them were outside with Roth and the owner at the time.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we still never got a hold of that guy again. I know he had some personal things going on, and then.
He's still out and about, and we just, he hasn't returned any of our phone calls, So it's one of those things. I get tired of trying, so I just give up.
We still have the evidence.
If he wants to know, then he can contact and reach out.
Yeah, we still have the evidence, so we can always give it to him anytime. So, because that one I was eager to give to him. Like, well, in some ways I was, in some ways I wasn't, because I'm like, I heard that too. Because you never know what a person's reaction is going to be. So, sorry, Charles. He goes, the only reason colored sage makes a difference is when cooking. Sorry. I just happened to see it pop up and it caught my eye, so that's funny. But yeah, no, and then I was trying to think what else I was going with. Saw that footage, saw some of the Oberlin footage you were talking about, and then I saw another house. I can't remember which one it was, another place. I don't remember which one it was now. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But, I don't know. We've caught some good stuff over the years. That yours?
Wasn't mine either.
Might be one of mine. Sorry. I don't know. So, anywho, so did you guys do anything prior to? What was that? That was weird. Like a high pitched. Yep. Did you guys do anything in the house, Jason, at all to combat this, other than just? What made it change all of a sudden, other than talking it out and things and?
It's weird. It's like almost like the tensions like kind of came to a head, and then it was like emotional just change.
Gotcha.
Knowing what we were wanting and kind of being like, wait a second, what is going on?
Right.
Because this isn't us.
Right.
In any way. So, it's just weird. It's just weird.
That's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to just take charge. Like, think about the Hayesville house when how scared they were. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that last culmination of sorts where we all got in the basement, all of us, and did that circle, and it was an emotional blowout basically, because the owners were the mother and the daughter. The mother just became irate. Like, listen here, you cannot be in my house. I'm tired of this. Just started going off and saying, hey, you got to get out of here, and just real demanding. Finally took ownership of the situation versus being afraid of it. And even the daughter was, at the time I think she was 12, I think, and she was just, real commanding too, and just forceful. And then that's when we had the cell sensor out that we played last week for the viewers with the beeping noise. We had it there, and all of a sudden it was getting real, like beeping, and then all of a sudden it just stopped, and then it was like one little beep, beep, like goodbye.
Goodbye now.
And then you just felt the air in the room, diminish basically, and it was like, holy shit. And it became like brighter in there, if that's possible in a dark room. But yeah, and after that they had no problems with being there, even though they were selling the house anyways. But that was one of the weirdest ones because of that EVP we got with the.
Well, that EVP, every time I hear it, my
Yeah.
hair just stands straight up.
I'll play it for you guys before we played on the show before. It's a I don't know. You'll hear us talking in there. There was a couple people in the room that are female. I know Renee was there, but she was upstairs at the time with Ben, because we were radio back and forth to them upstairs, and it was you, myself, and Claire, and then the daughter, and I think that was it. I don't think the mom was in the room at the time, if I remember right. I think she was upstairs in the living room. So we caught this EVP. Let me get it keyed up real quick here. I wasn't expecting to play this, but the thing I always that really surprised me of sorts was the fact that what it sounded like.
Right.
It reminds me like an old phonographic record. Old phonographic? Is that a word? Pornographic?
But it does.
Photographic, yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound like a natural voice talking.
Right. Yeah, you'll hear it, but it sounds a little off. You'll hear us talking in conversation, and then we'll point it out here in just a second. So I'm going to play that real quick here for you guys. Maybe if I turn it on.
Stick your hand in there.
I have.
See that? Oh, that's really good right there. You can see it.
You get any?
I see. I mean, I'm
Yeah, it's static. Especially right here.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Up high there is where he got
Let me see
the.
if I had it. I had the burning too.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Well, when Leo put the millimeter up there at first, it was at a 7.6.
Stick your hand in there.
I have.
See that? Oh, that's really good right there. You can see it.
You get any?
I see. So I know it was played real quick, real fast. I hope you guys heard it at home. I'll point it out here. You'll hear Claire say something. What we're hearing is this voice come through, and it says, "It hurts so bad, I feel it." Like it's real kind of scratchy, kind of like I said, an old time record. That,
Yeah.
It didn't sound like, because you can hear the pitch in our room, or our voices, in the room, and ours is just everyday speech, should I say?
And there's no reason why anybody would be saying that either.
No, and the thing is, nobody heard it,
Right.
Because nobody tagged it. If I hear something, obviously like the show here, we talk
Right.
about, oh, did you hear that? We'll tag it. It's just, I do it even when I'm not investigating. I'll be like, sneeze. Oh, that was me sneezing. I'm like, who am I telling? Because this is just everyday life, I've just
Right.
got in the habit of saying that. So I'll play that again real quick, one more time. It's I'll point it out here. Claire, after Claire says a certain word.
Stick your hand in there.
I have.
See that? Oh, that's really good right there. You can see it.
You get any?
I see. I mean, I'm
Yeah, it's static. Especially right
right
here.
here. Weird.
Up high there is where he got the.
Right here.
I had the
burning too.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
So if you guys heard that, yeah, it was. I mean, that's Class A EVP. I thought it was Zach Baggins.
And
Baggins, whatever the fuck his name is.
And the voice is happening, and as soon as it ends, Claire and Ben are like radioing each other.
Yeah.
So it's not them, it's not the radio itself, it's
And Renee was upstairs with Ben, like I said, because
Yeah.
they were investigating the bedroom where that was in
upstairs.
the guy.
yeah.
The dad saw a shadow person coming up and down the stairs.
Uh-huh.
You could hear it coming up and down the stairs all the time. And the thing about that is, Jason's talking about the millimeters because the room was the air conditioning. I can't remember if it was on, but it was cool enough in the house. It didn't matter. I thought there was keys. I'm like, what? Anyways, Jason would put his hand in the closet, and
Yeah.
it was like his hand was on fire, basically. Like it was like burning up. And we put the millimeter in the closet, and you could see the thing just instantly climb. So it was like it came out of the closet. Not Jason, the entity came out of the closet.
Yeah.
And hey, you're the one close to the closet, not me, brother. So and it was just like fire. It was enough to where I was like, I asked them, was there fire? And I can't remember. I don't think there was, but I don't remember the actual
Yeah.
answer. But it was just like that's where it centered from. But who knows? And that was a weird layout of the house anyway, because there was like what 1, 2, 3, 4 kind kind of a 4 split level house. If that's possible.
Yeah.
It was like in sections. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
That was like a landing area. Those 2 bedrooms were,
Right.
and which I mean, it was cool.
Then a
It was a cool
basement.
house. Yeah.
Then a basement.
Yeah. An actual
Then you got the
family room.
upstairs, a family room. Then you got the actual bedroom
Yeah.
upstairs, where the master
Right.
bedroom was.
It was a cool layout, man. I'd have been interested if they would have kept it. We could have went back and at some point,
Yeah.
and investigated. But yeah, it was like this is the only time we could have got in there, and they just wanted to know because they didn't want they were moving. They didn't want to take anything with them, basically, as far as the entity goes.
Well, all I know is from the story is after they moved out,
Mm-hmm.
and we did our thing, and they didn't have anything else.
Yeah.
They moved out. Their son, I think it was like his senior year or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and he knew the people that moved into it, and she was actually
Are you knocking?
no, and one of the
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
a classmate of his, whatever,
Or
maybe a
not.
year younger, was moved in there, and they were actually having stuff happening, and she went to him saying, "Hey,
Oh.
did you ever have anything happen weird there?" And I don't know whether it was just out of pure, didn't want to deal with it or didn't want to freak her out, but he just said no
Mhm.
and moved on. She's like, "Man, there's so many weird things happening there."
Yeah.
So whatever is there, I think tries to manipulate whoever is there.
Makes sense. Charles thought he sounded like a male voice imitating a female, possibly.
Yeah,
Which
could have been.
Now that I sit there and listen, thinking back, I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, well, definitely wasn't one of us. But yeah, he says it seems like a strained voice. And that's
Oh,
exactly what I get, like that strained kind of like screeching on, nail on the chalkboard kind of effect, or like
So it's
that
definitely not a
phonograph.
normal female voice
No.
or child or anything.
Yeah,
But I play that on my bus tours,
yeah,
and man, it freaks people out.
yeah. And at first, when I first, because it was on my recorder that I caught it, because I always carry mine in my hand all the time, and then we put stationary ones out also, and I thought maybe it was Claire at first, or even the daughter, but I was like, but you hear Claire talk, and that's not her voice.
Right.
And I know what the daughter sounded like. She had more of a softer kind of a. Well, she was 12. I mean, she had like a soft voice, not
Right.
a loud, boisterous, voice, and definitely wasn't either one of them. So, and the mom, like I said, was upstairs, and she was just sitting quietly with the husband. But no, the husband was gone. That's why we went in there, didn't we? Not because of that. He was just
Yeah, he was
out
out of town
country
or whatever.
yeah, for leave. So that's right. But yeah, I don't know. It was crazy. It was a fun case, and it's one of those weird ones we lucky to capture.
Right.
So, but like I said, going back to what your original thought was, just taking a hold of things, and command of your own life and situation, surroundings, whatever. I think that
I
does
feel like that's what
play
we
a role.
did, but now we want to capitalize on that and do everything we can to cleanse the
Yeah.
place and excuse me, and then ultimately get the hell out of there. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was doing that too earlier. I was like, "Oof." Yeah. So let's see here.
Yes, sir.
Renee was saying something about remember because we talked about the possibility of the former owner bringing something home with him, like someone
Oh.
being cremated.
I actually
I don't remember that, but
I remember finding out later that doing some research, they found out the person that used to live there before them for many years was a mortician or whatever for the city.
oh, that's right.
Went
Okay.
and picked up the bodies at scenes of accidents
That's right.
and murders or death. So
So maybe he was bringing something with him,
could have
possibly
been,
inadvertently, or
was always working with that kind of lifestyle. So
Yeah.
come home, if somebody is like that goes and sees something horrible, and that's going to be with them.
oh yeah,
So therefore, they're gonna
Yeah.
drag that home, and it's gonna be kind of building something else around them, kind of like an aura around them, I guess.
I didn't realize how long ago that's been. It's been 8 years ago since we did the house.
Was it?
July
Wow.
14th, 2012.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Long time.
That's why I can't remember some of those little finer details. I'm glad you guys remembered that, 'cause I totally forgot about that. And I forgot about the boyfriend, the older son,
Yeah.
finding out he knew the person
Yeah.
that moved in after him. So
Yeah.
no, I thought it was a nice looking house. I liked it. It's in Hayesville, so I wouldn't like. I'm just kidding.
You wouldn't want to live there.
No.
I grew up there.
I
man.
know. I've seen what comes out of Hayesville, so I'm just playing.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, my boss is from Hayesville too, so so. Nah, I'm just giving you crap. But I'm trying to think what else. We'll definitely gonna, like Jason said, we'll go visit his house before he moves out. We got about a month and a half or so or maybe 2 months to get some stuff done, and we'll see maybe we can bring back some evidence we collected, because I don't remember if I ever caught anything. I listened to the recorders that night. Someone says in my ear. That loud noise, the banging of the stairs, up and down the stairs, of course, doesn't even. It sounds like, it's like, really.
I'd be happy if you want to play some of that stuff next time or whatever in a couple weeks at least, or longer, because I know we're going to be
next week we have the show.
Next week we're going to have our special presentation and everything like that.
Yep.
You want to go ahead and show that?
Yeah. Speaking of, we made a little trailer. Just for next week, we're gonna put it on Facebook and blast it everywhere. So it's about next week. So sit back, enjoy, and it's not that long, but it's just the point across. So here we go. Oh, that's not it. Dang it.
That's not it.
Hold up. Gotta cue it up first. Sorry, people. I forget what I'm doing here half the time. And no, somebody said you're drinking a beer. Trust me, I'm about halfway through, and it takes me more than that, trust me. Hang on. So, let me key that up real quick here. I apologize.
Small amounts affects older age.
Whatever.
So, okay.
I had actually, it was the top of things. I had tonight's topic already queued up. That's what you were starting to see.
Right.
So, I'm like, damn it. So, I need to find our thing real quick, our trailer.
Well, as soon as we get done with the trailer and everything, we'll go into your topics and everything. Damn it.
Absolutely not. Okay, here's a trailer for next week, or about next week's show. Here we go. Oh, what the hell? Hang on. God damn it. I hate when it does this.
Stop it.
There we go.
I just saw something flashing on the screen again. I don't know if that's...
Alright, so that's just a little quick trailer for next week's 100th episode celebration.
I like it.
At least it's not the 50th one. I was butchered that one. Remember? I kept saying 50th anniversary and it was instead of 50th episode. So this is our 100th anniversary. I'm kidding. 100th episode.
You never know. We could always get to that.
I doubt some of us will be around that long. 100 years from now? I don't think so. But yeah, we're going to do, like I said, some experimentations and stuff there. We're going to do some investigating. We'll do a podcast in the very beginning or throughout the night also, too. And we're going to have some guests, hopefully, on there, too. And just different things. We'll have some fun. We'll make it worth your while. So once again, that's this upcoming Saturday night from 7 to whenever. And hopefully everything goes right. Well, I mean right as far as the quality of footage and stuff like that, because I'm already dreading it already. Because setup's going to be fun. It's going to be challenging for us because it's a big building. So.
Right.
But we'll make it work. We'll figure a way out. So, yeah. So.
It'll work.
No, it won't.
Yeah, it will.
We'll put that on Facebook. So if you can and you want to, if you like us enough, make sure you like and, like I said, turn notifications on. That way, if you forget that we're live next week or this upcoming weekend, you'll get the notifications that says our episode is going. Also, too, make sure you share that a little bit with everybody you know. That way, we get some extra viewers. We'd appreciate the help. So, anywho. I saw Jason had posted something on Road Trip Facebook, and I was actually looking at it all week, and it's a topic that's kind of, I don't know, it's been all over the news lately, and some people may have
Right.
saw that, some people may have not have, and it's some of it's old, but some of it's new.
Well, yeah, that footage that you have,
Yeah.
it's been out for a while.
Right.
What, 2-3 years?
2014, I think.
14? Oh, okay.
6 years. Wow.
6 years. Wow.
Yeah.
When that came out, and it really hit.
Let me look real fast. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it really hit a tone with everybody because it was
Well,
from a fighter jet.
They just released it unclassified as what the deal is, because before the actual footage was out prior to. Dang it, let me in. Sorry, I'm trying to get the story behind it pulled up, if it lets me. Come on.
Maybe.
It was in 2004 when they actually filmed it.
Okay.
So, but then recently the government released it, declassified it, and said, okay.
Wonder why.
I don't know, probably Trump. Just, he's releasing everything. He brought out the JFK files finally, early.
Well.
But then they were all,
Brought him out, but they still didn't say
they were all
shit.
redacted, so I mean, it's like,
You know.
what's the point? I mean, you didn't really learn anything new. Stuff we already heard, But the story we're talking about is what Jason had posted was who brought the official terms out. They're saying that there's space. What do they call them?
Off-world vehicles.
Off-world vehicles.
The Pentagon. The Pentagon is saying this.
They're the ones saying this now.
Yeah. Now, you said the footage was actually done in 04, but they released it in 2014, so
Well,
6 years ago.
Well, I saw something that said 2020. I'm like, that can't be right.
No,
But
because
this is
it was already out, like you said, several years ago, so it wasn't.
well,
It wasn't
and
what's
it
his face.
Could have been leaked. Tom DeLonge.
It wasn't what's his face. You know.
Talking about Tom DeLonge from Blink-182.
Yeah.
Yeah, that says it in here. That's why I laughed, because I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, he has that. I mean, he has his convictions behind it, and his beliefs and stuff, whatever, and is enough that he believes into that he quit Blink-182. So it's just like, you're a winner, I guess, because you had everything in front of you, and you want to quit to go try to chase Bigfoot or whoever.
Yeah.
UFOs. But thing is the thing I like about the video is it's from the Navy basically, the fighter pilots.
What video? No one knows what you're talking
They're
about.
not going to either. I'm not going to play it. I tried playing it once. And
I know.
No, there's.
I would have seen it.
Huh?
You did or didn't want to see it?
Started for a second.
Yeah.
Gave up.
You've seen it before, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Basically, it said there's some fighter pilots. What?
What?
Were you going to say?
Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I thought you were going to say something.
No.
The FA-18 Super Hornets with the fighter pilots were doing some. I don't know if they're doing some kind of training or something, but they started.
Probably just routine,
Yeah,
and this happened.
they captured a bunch of footage of what appears to be some types of crafts. The first one I cut down in the size a little bit because there's no sound to it, and I'm like, okay, this is boring because it's just. I mean, lots happening, but I've made it a little bit shorter. So I'll go and play that real quick here, and then we'll go. There's a couple more better ones from this one. So I'll leave our mics on so you can, since there's no sound going on. But so he switches in between. It's on a FLIR is what it's taken. This video is from. The thing I like about it here, and it'll be just a second here. They keep zooming in and out. That's why it gets bigger and smaller.
Because they're trying to keep up with it.
Right there to the left, the tracking thing can't keep track of it.
Right.
It won't track the actual craft, which is unusual for heat-seeking, or
Right.
See, and then it takes off left, and that's why the tracker didn't even notice it. It couldn't keep up with it as far as following it out of frame even. So it looks like your typical. When you think about a flying saucer, I mean,
Right.
that's what it looks like to me.
In some pictures of it in video, it almost looks like a top.
Yeah.
You know, like a children's top that you just spin. That's what it looks like.
Right, and I don't know. It's interesting.
What do
Pretty
you think?
interesting.
What do you think?
OWV.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, some of these, they're Navy files. I mean, these are from, classified documents from aircraft.
But all this
So-
time we're not supposed to be talking about it. It doesn't exist. It's not
Right.
real and stuff. But then all of a sudden the Pentagon is saying,
Well, We
Now-
might have been, yeah.
Yeah. Now we're using, off-world intelligence to, fly stuff, or maybe, that is not really us in that photograph or
Yeah.
in that video.
Well, did they always say that the stealth bomber came from technology from Area 51 or from...
For the longest time, they
Right.
denied even having it until they finally brought it forward. And
Right.
oh, hey, by the way, we have this that can do all kinds of shit that you've never seen before.
Right.
And what's funny is, after Roswell happened, it's amazing how quickly we broke the sound barrier. When we said we could never do that, we did that, and then all this technology started to just boom with everything. So coincidence, maybe, but it's, I don't know, it's interesting. And you have the eyewitnesses from areas like Area 51,
Right.
former guards and stuff, saying how they, I was watching one, I don't know if it was Josh Gates or it was somebody else, some other show. I think it was Fact or Faked, actually.
Don't get ahead. I have some of those videos.
I'm going to stop at this
Yeah,
point, and I'm going to drink my soda, and we're just going to, but
No.
but eyewitness accounts, saying they've seen this, they've seen that, and
Right.
they were not out for anything. They've kept it a secret all their lives. They're, old or retired and everything. They're like,
Well-
well, yeah, I remember walking into a hangar and seeing this.
Well, hell, even your dad, who is retired Air Force, has a story of something.
Yeah, he told me a story, and it was pretty fantastic.
Can you say it?
Sure,
Are you gonna say it?
sure, I can.
Go
if you want me to.
Well, yeah, of course.
And I mean, I'm getting this from him. He's telling me the story, so
Right.
I apologize if I don't get everything right. When he was working for McConnell, he was working in an area where they have to know where each plane is,
Mm-hmm.
because back in the day, when in the 80s, we had the F-4 Phantom fighter jets here that were very useful during Vietnam and everything, and had one of the planes off, and it was doing routine tests and flights, and I believe it was out over Nevada or near that area when I believe it's one of the engines
Mm-hmm.
started to fail. So they started calling out, Mayday, we need to land. Is there an airline, is there a runway we can hit anywhere near us?
Right.
They're reaching out, and finally a voice comes through and says, what's your, land here. They gave him coordinates, land here, and I believe when that's checked out, nobody knows exactly where those coordinates are at. There shouldn't be anything there at that area. So they're like, okay, so they land,
Right.
and they're greeted. They're American fighter pilots. They land, and they're met, and it's an area they have no idea. It's not Area 51.
Right.
It's far from there. They land, and they're greeted by jeeps and vans and guns ready, pointed at them and everything. They're escorted over to a van that has no windows. They're taken to I believe a hangar or an office or somewhere. They're told to sign
Right.
paperwork. You do not see anything here, and it's in your best judgment not to speak of this ever again. And they were not able to wait till their plane is fixed. They were put into another van, shipped off to the nearest civilian airport, put on a plane, shipped home. Where that plane is now, who knows?
Right. Just because they landed in a secret
And
spot,
when asked
possibly,
when they-
restricted.
And when they were asked when they got home, is this, what happened? And
Right.
It's like, can't tell you.
So bizarre.
Yeah.
Now, the thinking behind it is that everybody seems to think it's alien related. Maybe they're harboring actual
Secrets of
bodies
some
or
kind.
crafts, possibly, or maybe it's just a secret invention, like a new plane or a new weapon that only certain people are privy to know this information. I mean, there's always that possibility too. Because that's what Area 51 claims to be now. Well, nowadays especially.
Nowadays.
It's just a airport.
Well, it's
right?
easy to
just a
say that
military
after
base.
they've already learned the technology that they've stolen,
Yeah.
or devised or reversed and everything like that.
Right.
It's easy to just say, "Oh, we're just testing.
Yeah.
We're just creating new things." Well, yeah, you're creating new things with technology that was never yours to begin with, maybe.
Yeah, and it's even thought that a lot of the stuff was at Area 51 has been moved a long time ago when it became, the subject of everybody's, back in those
Yeah.
olden days. They think they moved it to Area 52 actually, which is another 300 some miles away from there. I think
Yeah.
in Utah, I think it is. I believe it's in Tonopah, whatever it's called. I think it
So
is.
now we know
Area
where that's at
52.
too.
Let's
Yeah.
check it out.
They call it the other secret site, is what they call it, basically. And
So what's the one that happened in the 80s that my dad knows the story of?
that's what I'm curious to know where that was at, because and we may never be able to find that information
Right.
out. Because your dad doesn't know, does he?
No.
I didn't think so. If he does, he's not supposed to say it. Which, knowing your dad, I think he would tell us. The guy can talk, which I love. I love your dad for that reason, because he has some good stories.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
fun to talk to. So
Oh, he was telling me a story too. Stuff that happens that nobody knows about. The SR-71 Blackbird was on a test mission too and was flying. And it's one of the fastest planes.
Right.
The fastest plane
Yep.
in the world. It was. Nobody knew about this crash and it didn't make any news or anything. But it was flying and got too close to a mountaintop, skimmed it, and I guess the debris from the plane went for like about a mile and a half of total plane debris because it just like disintegrated.
wow,
Pilots, everything, just
damn,
didn't hear that on the news.
No,
but
no.
It happened.
Yeah,
So who knows? What we're doing.
right.
We're out
right.
testing things all the time. So
Exactly. Continue on with the footage from that 2004. There was 3 videos that the government released. They even gave it names, which I find intriguing. The first one was just a flare video, but this other one, do you hear the actual pilots on here wildly talking about what they're seeing below them? And this one's called the gimbal video, so I'll play that real fast here. I say fast, but not really.
You say that.
Dude, this is a fucking drone, bro. There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude. That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not. That is the LNS, dude. Well, if there's like... Look at that thing! It's rotating.
Yeah, what Jason was pointing out, they're commenting on there is they say there's a fleet of them, but you only see one in the actual footage.
But on radar and then around them, they're like, there's a fleet of them, and the guy's like, holy shit, there's a whole fleet of them, So
Drones. Yeah, not.
no, he said it was like 120, 130 mile an hour wind.
That's driving
And,
going
and they're
against
going
it.
against it and
Yeah.
everything, and they can't keep up. And like you said, the radar and tracking is having a hard time, and the thing's just like having a good time, just flying around them and everything.
Yeah, if anybody knows on, I don't know, I might know a hint of it, but if you look at the gauges on the pictures on the actual video, they're telling you valuable things. Like the bottom right corner one, I believe, is the altitude, how high they are. And there's, of course, like speed and wind, all the important stuff. So on that screen, they're telling you everything. I think they was up at 200,000 feet, I think is what it was, when they filmed this. It was below them, I believe. Or I think that one's below them. Now, this next one, it's the, I forget which one this is. God damn it. Oh, it's called Fast. It's just called the Fast video. This one kind of gives more evidence to there is a fleet of them. So I like this next video because it's like...
I don't know if I've seen this one.
I don't know. You're about to, if I can find it and play it. I'm kidding. It's right here. So this one's called Go Fast. I'm sorry, I said fast. Once again, look at the bottom right. It says 25,000 miles, I guess, on that. Or that's what it says on that one. So you'll see it here in just a second when I pop it up here. So you see them go across the screen real fast.
Oh yeah.
Is it 1, 2, multiple of them? You'll see them keep flying.
Oh, got it! Roger. There's troubleshooting. Did you box moving target? No, I took an auto track. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow, look at it fly!
Well,
Did you see that?
and
one?
they're exciting.
Yeah.
They're excited about seeing it, you know. But they're dumbfounded. They don't even know what the hell it is.
Right. Yeah, there was like 2 or 3 of them there that they saw, and then Jason thought they lost it, but no, it was actually in the crosshairs, whatever the
Yeah.
Yeah, the
tracker-
last one he was able to get a lock on it. That's
Yeah.
why he got excited about it.
And see, the last video before that, they couldn't get the lock on it because it wouldn't even pick up on it. The
Right.
gimbal video, that's why it had a hard time even capturing it. And they got it, and then all of a sudden it just shot to the left. They couldn't keep it.
Yeah.
So, which brings an interesting point. What are these things, transmitting or giving off? If there's not giving off any kind of heat, possibly, or noise, or whatever the case may be.
Remember, we're only still thinking about what we're only capable of doing here. You know,
Right.
if other planets, maybe they're thinking in only their ways that they're capable of in learning and stuff. We only know what we know,
Right.
and if it doesn't match what we know, then it's either fake or it's alien
Yeah.
or something. But we only know what we know about life and
Right.
how it works and everything. We're just teaching ourselves. We're not doing anything like, oh, we know everything. We don't. We're just teaching ourselves.
Yeah. We claim to know everything, Americans especially.
Oh God, I know.
We're full of shit.
Oh
Um,
yeah, very much so.
Charles
Yeah.
brought up a point I forgot. Maybe I did overspeak on that one, but he said the stealth came from German technology, basically, that was stolen or received from the German Roswell in the Black Forest. Germany just didn't get the power plant in time, so aliens might be Nazis. LOL. But yeah,
Well, that's true. I mean, you have the one in Germany that happened. You have the one in England,
right.
and all that stuff. I mean, we've been capturing stuff for a long time. I mean, eventually
Weather
something
balloons.
that is
We're
coming.
capturing weather balloons.
Yeah, as many weather balloons that are being seen and crashing.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean,
Right.
we're bound to capture something from the sky.
Yeah. One thing I didn't bring, I should have put on here. I didn't. The Battle of Los Angeles, the infamous one with all the lights.
I was just looking at a book
They were
yesterday.
shooting at something up in the
Yeah.
sky, but they don't know what they were shooting. Everybody saw
Yeah.
something enough to where
They saw a metallic object up there in the sky, and especially they could see the metallic of it when they hit the object with the spotlights. You've seen that.
Mhm.
It's
Famous
it's the
picture.
famous
I'll put it up
photograph. Yeah. And then they just started shooting up at it, and apparently nothing happened. But there's a metallic object in the sky.
Oh, something happened. It was weather balloons.
What's that?
I said something happened. It was weather balloons.
Weather balloons.
Weather balloons, yeah, it fell back into the.
Well, as many weather balloons they have, they still can't get the weather right. You know? Maybe we
Right.
should stop using weather balloons. So,
So this is the infamous picture of not that one. They can't see it yet. What do you call it? The Battle of Los Angeles. I gotta find it real quick here. I hate clicking through shit.
do you have it? Do you have it? Do you
I
have
do.
it?
Hang on. Give me a second.
Nope.
Oh, let's
1, 2, 3. No, it's a fascinating story. Oh, I love it. I love that photo. Of course, Hollywood had to make a movie out of it that butchered it and made
I'm
up
gonna put it
shit.
up here in just
But,
2
I mean,
seconds.
actual photograph, it's amazing.
Yeah, so that's the Battle of Los Angeles, where you got all these lights shining up at this thing, and there start multiple guns fired upon this thing. And I can't remember what the official, what they said you're seeing is the tracer rounds and all this stuff, basically firing on this thing, whatever.
Right.
And that's what all the lights are good.
But something
Exploded.
metallic was right there
Yeah.
and just hovering.
Yep.
You see the clouds and smoke and everything just right above it. It almost looks like an alien eye, staring at you.
Oh, I see that. or King Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, they annihilated the hell out of
Sorry.
that thing. So, and
Yeah, and nothing came of it.
well, the infamous, it was a weather balloon.
Weather balloon.
Oh, it was
Is
a
that
weather
what they
balloon.
claimed?
I'm pretty sure that's what the claim was. If I remember
Are you
right.
serious? So the military actually went apeshit over shooting at this thing, and it was.
Yeah, why shoot it down if it's just a weather balloon?
Couldn't you tell that it was a weather balloon? But a weather balloon's not going to look metallic when you start hitting it with lights and everything.
Well, and see the whole thing where they were so like freaking out about it because during the whole afraid that Japan's going to attack the U.S. basically, and so they were ready to fire upon
Good cover
anything
story,
that,
right?
you know.
Could have been the Hindenburg.
Yeah. So it took place on February 24th, or early February 25th, 1942. Let's see here. Incident occurred less than 3 months after the U.S. entered World War II in response to the Imperial Japanese Navy's surprise attack on Pearl Harbor. So that's why they were so trigger happy.
Well, I get it, but at the same time, there's a lot of stories of UFO sightings during the wars, too.
Yeah. And that was in 42, but when documenting the incident in 1949, so 7 years later, the United States Coast Artillery Association identified a meteorological balloon sent aloft at 1 a.m. as having started all the shooting. And they put it in quotation.
Funny. 7 years later.
Yeah. Why
It's funny how we always do actual documentation of eyewitness accounts years after the fact that it actually happened. What does that sound like?
And it gets even better.
I won't go down that tree tonight.
And it gets even better. And they concluded, and I put in quotes, once the firing started, imagination created all kinds of targets in the sky, and everyone joined in. So apparently, because
sounds like good military leadership right there. You know, I mean that's
right.
You know, that sounds like a crock of shit, really. But
Foo Fighters. I like that band, Carl.
And then the Foo Fighters. Then you do have the Foo Fighter incident. Not the band, but the 1944 and 45 incident of the Foo Fighters. You know that?
No.
No?
That one I don't know.
You don't know that one?
No.
Oh, there's an actual photograph of the Foo Fighters.
If you want to tell that, I'll pull it up.
Well, okay, so back in 44 and 45, there is our fighter pilots that were heading out, and I don't know the complete story just right off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've read it. But as they're up there flying, there's these glowing orbs that just were flying amongst them and around them, and they could never figure out what in the world they are. It's just like objects that were just following them, flying faster than them and around them, and somebody caught a photograph of it.
And where did it happen at? In the U.S. or was it overseas? During battle? I have to look at that. I have to look it up.
I don't know, man. Sorry.
No,
I should know off the top of my head, but
I'm trying to find the right footage. Or
yeah.
I don't know which one's which to you.
Because
I know there's depictions of it, like this one right
yeah,
here.
No,
Dave Grohl, of course.
None of those. None of those.
There it is. Dave Grohl.
It's like two planes going in the same direction. There's like two balls of light in between them.
I'm trying to think what it'd be under. Usually I'm good at this crap. I can't.
Type in real Foo Fighter. There, that one. That one.
There, right?
That one.
That's what I thought.
Right
I just saw it. Okay, hang on.
Sorry, guys. We'll get this up in just a second.
Maybe. Okay. So, this is the picture Jason was saying.
Another mysterious object around, the World War II era time that people were seeing, and it's you see those glowing orbs. Yeah, so another plane actually was able to capture that photograph, and these lights were just shooting around them and flying amongst them, and they don't know why. They still a mystery today.
Well, they even talk about, like, back to the Battle of Los Angeles here. Hang on a second, I got out of it. I'll have to go back and find it. Even as late as 1983, it said that, I just lost it. Where the hell is it? God dang it. Oh, in 1983, the U.S. Office of Air Force History attributed the event to a case of war nerves triggered by a lost weather balloon and exasperated by stray flares and shell bursts from adjoining batteries. What? So basically, they just made a cover-up story behind it too, to say, hey, it was a weather balloon, like we told you back in the 40s, 7 years later after the event happened. But hey, nonetheless, good old weather balloon. Maybe it was. Hell, who knows? I mean, I wasn't around in 42. I don't know about Dan. He's
No, I was close.
probably close.
Close. Yeah.
Kidding.
I recall a lot of that.
Yeah. But I mean, I've heard the stories over the years and stuff like that, and it's always intrigued me because it's like, why shoot at this thing if you don't? Well, once again, during the wartime, I get it.
But we are human,
Are
and we love to shoot at things that we don't understand or
Yes.
know.
Bigfoot?
Bigfoot being one of them. You know, being anything we don't understand, we just like to shoot first, kill it, end it, ask questions later after we've looked at it, and go, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done that.
I always think of the South Park episode with the hunters, and he's like, "It's coming right for us," and he just shoots it no matter what it is, and ask questions later, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Kill it immediately. So, Jason kind of started talking about it.
Nope.
Yeah, he did.
Nope.
Fact or Faked.
Fact or
Put
fake?
me out
One
there.
of my favorite shows. I wish they would have kept it
Oh,
on.
God.
I love. Plus, like I said, Jael was on there, and she was fun to look at. So, anywho,
It was my favorite show, and they never even ended it. It's just like they just didn't film the next season, and
yeah,
it's gone.
yeah. No, I like that and Destination Truth. Those are my favorite ones because Josh
Yeah.
Gates, of course, and but. There was one episode I loved, and I found footage of it where they talked about Area 51. There was a video. In case people didn't know what Fact or Fake was, it's like we do. That's kind of where I got the idea from. They would find videos online, and they would each bring a video to the table, and they would, vote on basically what video they find credible enough to go and test experiments on.
And each one of them had like a certain background.
Yeah,
So you had the main guy who was like a former FBI agent,
Ben.
and then you had a computer person or an architect or
Yeah.
something. They all had like this
One was photography.
photography
Yeah,
and
so-
then paranormal investigator. You had all kinds of stuff. So a good group
Yeah.
of people that actually, and I liked them all too.
I did too. So, and one of them's still out there, Austin. He does producing. He does all of Josh Gates producing for like Expedition Unknown and stuff.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh wait, is that? No, I'm sorry. He was last I saw him. He was on Portals to Hell
Oh,
because he went
okay.
into actually Bobby Mackey's, and he had something that happened to him that you'd think by this now he would his own experiences it totally freaked him out that he had to leave.
Is he the
Austin-
FBI?
No,
Oh.
that's Ben Hansen.
Ben Hansen. That's
yeah.
right.
No, Austin is he's the blonde-looking surfer, like kind of spiky hair.
Gotcha,
Yeah, that
gotcha.
and you'll see him on the episode here. I'll play in just a
Gotcha.
second, but I mean, they're all logical thinkers. They always want to debunk everything first, kind of like we do.
Right.
Not everything's paranormal, not everything's UFOs, not everything's
Yeah.
Bigfoot or whatever.
It's
Sometimes it is what it is.
sometimes it is just natural and it just happens.
Yeah. So, but too many white pills, Carl. I'm sorry, I keep seeing comments pop up and it makes me laugh. But I'll play the first part. The first part is they go in, they always show the setting, they vote on videos. But I honed in on one particular part, and it's Area 51, which I love this episode because they actually go out there and do things and an experiment. So I'll play the video when they first find the video that they want to even go out there in the first place, and the video is pretty good, but I think even the experimentation they do is even better. So that's just my opinion. But so I'll play that real fast here.
Very cool.
Area 51. Now, this footage surfaced in 1995 and reportedly shows an actual extraterrestrial craft that is hovering over this top secret airbase. Check this out.
Whoa, what is that?
Watch the shape of it as it's rotating.
That's an erratic flight pattern.
Is it changing shape? It almost looks like the darker part of it is getting larger. It's amazing.
Now, reportedly, this was shot in 1994 and secreted off the base by a civilian contractor. Now, he gave it to a former Air Force employee who then leaked it to the press in the interest of spreading the truth about UFOs. It spread like wildfire.
I can't explain what it is we're looking at, but it is intriguing.
Yeah. Well, I think we have to consider that Area 51 is a mecca for UFO sightings. I mean, some people believe that there's actually recovered crashed alien craft that are stored there. So if this really was smuggled off the base, we could either be looking at some type of reverse engineered alien technology that we're using now in military craft, or it might actually be an extraterrestrial craft.
I love it.
Hey, UFOs over the skies of Area 51, that's hard to beat.
We no mics on yet. So, oh shit. Too many buttons to click. So that video, like I said, they just found it. Happened in '94, it said, and to me, that's the closest thing looking like a cluster of balloons to me. I mean, there's three of them.
It does.
They're floating in rotation, but
Yeah.
if the main guy who, like Jason said, Ben Anson, if he's one of the guys that used to work for the FBI, I mean, for him to even bring it to the table, that says a little bit something.
I mean,
I would hope.
it's a strange object over Area 51.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
But like, I kind of agree with you when I remember that episode too.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, well, it does look like balloons.
Weather
Right.
balloons, yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
anybody could
Right.
have done that, or maybe Area 51 is still frickin' playing with weather balloons, and they got them tangled up, and they're up there like, oh shit,
Could
you
be,
know.
could be. Because I remember an unrelated episode. Somebody had a saucer-shaped one, and it ended up being, and they confirmed it. It was just a big balloon. They found out it was actual balloon, and it was down in by Lake Havasu, I think it was, and there was like a big party scene going on, and they had some kind of event going down there, and it was actually just a regular saucer-shaped balloon, and it was actually for like UFOs or something like that. So that the whole event was, and so people thought it was real because it was up in the air.
Of
and
course.
it's like, well, you couldn't see the strings from afar away. All you could see was this shaped balloon, up in the air, kind of floating. So
I guess that is one way to fake it, right?
So I mean, they weren't trying to fake it. They were
Right.
just having an event, and then somebody just happened to see, oh my God, it's a UFO. So the thing I like about them, they go out and see, we found this video. We want to try to do some experimentation on it. They also go and investigate. I mean, they go to the actual locations and do it, and try to replicate it. They tried to go as close as they could. They couldn't. When they first got interviewed, they talked to somebody who was familiar with that video, he's some kind of military guy, but he wasn't part of Area 51. He talks to him a little bit, and he says, it's pretty credible. The person that gave this video out is a pretty credible person, so he thinks it's a real footage. And as they're talking about this, they're standing on just slightly on the outskirts of Area 51. Right behind them is a military vehicle up on the hill, just watching their every move. And this is broad daylight, of course. And they point to the signs that says, unauthorized people, personnel, whatever, we have the legally right to shoot you because you're on, military grounds, basically, which is always fun sign to see, whatever. And but the guy gave them some information that says, You can't get into Area 51, obviously, but you can go up to these other parts where you can see into the actual base. So they give them a location. I can't remember the first location. They probably say it on here. They give them two locations. One's called Camp Hill, and the other one's called, which is down in the valley, and then one's up on top. And they go to both. They split up, and as they're doing stuff, and this is in nighttime. They're doing night vision, of course. They can see because Ben's up on top. He's the one to the restricted area part where you can see down to the actual base. He's telling them guys, you guys are being watched, basically, just so you know. And Jael confirms that too, because she sees them on her night vision goggles.
Right.
Yes, we're being watched. And then some stuff happens. So I'll play that part. This is my favorite part of the video because this is where it gets really good. This is the investigative side of things, and they actually see something. And the fact that they show it, I love, because those shows you can't. Oh, we saw something, but what did you see? Or
Right.
We didn't have our camera pointed that way. Take our word for it. So. Here we go.
Jail, we are officially being watched. I can see the trucks in the distance right now with the thermal imager.
We've been out on Campfire Hill for a while now. Austin is down below the ridge. He has noticed that we have Area 51 security watching us right now.
Someone's approaching him.
Jail, I have Area 51 security approaching me now.
What is that? Looks like we got some taxiway lights coming on. It looks like everything is lighting up for something either to take off or to come in.
I have what appears to be an SUV approaching. Did you see that in the sky just now?
What was that?
All the lights are they just shut off.
What's going on?
See a light in the sky, but it appeared, shot through the sky way too fast to be anything human, and then just disappeared.
I didn't see a craft land.
We were actually under restricted airspace.
From the moment I walked away from Jael, I felt like we were being watched. And then I looked down on the thermal imager, and Area 51 security was actually monitoring our every move.
And I could see the whole scene from up at the peak.
I was really scared. I had lost sight of Austin. I was not in radio communication with Ben, so I was there by myself, and all I knew was that Area 51 security was right there, and I had no idea what they were going to do.
Our welcome was definitely up.
All of a sudden, the runway lights, everything lit up. It's like they were waiting for something to land.
Just when that happened, I looked up into the sky and saw this.
Wow. What is that?
Now, we didn't know what that was.
It could have been a shooting star, but it is a little suspicious that it flew through the sky at exactly the same time that those lights went on and off.
I don't believe it's a shooting star. They don't look like that. Whatever that was inside Earth's atmosphere.
It was very large and had a very long trail.
The fact that this base is active and they turned on all the lights and suddenly you see a light in the sky that resembles a craft and you hear nothing and see nothing.
It seems that the government is up to something in Area 51. What it is, still don't know.
So, Area 51 UFO, fact or faked? What do you guys think?
I think we all agreed that we were not able to replicate the video.
What we do know is that there's definitely some strange activity going on there that the military does not want us knowing about.
All right, so that's why I like the episode so well, because I mean they caught something. I don't know what they caught. I like how they show two different angles of it, because obviously the night vision camera, you know, is they're filming and they caught it above them real fast and sweet, but then they also had the FLIR image or whatever that was, thermal image.
Well, there's 3 different versions of how they saw it. Like when they were there doing the episode live, you saw it just like all of a sudden like shoot down.
Oh, really?
Then you have those others that it's going across, you know,
right,
and everything. So I'm with her. It's not anything that was up in space. That was actually in the atmosphere of our Earth.
Right. I want to be with her too. I'm just kidding. Anyways, no, but yeah, like Bill said, Bill's the one with the beard, the dark-haired guy. He's like, Dad, it was inside there.
Yeah, it was yeah.
And a lot of those guys, they're like I said, Bill's one of the paranormal investigators. He's been around for quite a while, and kind of feel bad for him. His wife got really sick during this whole. She's been sick, like fighting something. I can't remember what it was, like cancer or something. And right when Corona first hit, she got put in the hospital, and he couldn't even visit her, and she's basically dying. So I can't remember if she passed away or not. I have to go look, but yeah, it was a big to do, you know, in the field, whatever paranormal field. Everybody was, you know, sending him well wishes, and he was just.
Right.
He was just beside himself because, you know, the fact he can't visit his wife, you know, and she's going through this struggle, and it's crazy. But yeah, no, but that whole footage I thought was very, very cool. I mean, because like I said, they're obviously the government, well, the military people were watching them. You know, you see them in the background, watching them as all this shit goes down. But then also the thing that's weird is why did the lights turn on and off? You know,
why did they come on? You see that, shoots, and then it goes off.
Yeah.
It has, you know, them turning on the lights has nothing to do with them all out there doing that.
Which makes me think that's why they were out there tracking them, because they're like,
we have this thing about ready to come.
Yeah, we keep on. These guys are out. They know we know where they're at. We know there's 3 of them.
But they never went after them. They never like went and said, "Hey, we need to confiscate whichever you caught."
Well, they don't know what they're doing. Number one.
Yeah.
As far as I'm looking at you maybe have binoculars. You know, there's nothing recording, obviously, that they know of. Who knows? You know, I mean, plus they're on legal ground. I mean, they have a right to be where they're at, even if it's, you know, across the fence is basically where you can't be, or not, you know, invisible fence. But the fact they caught that, I thought that was pretty freaking awesome. I mean, it was pretty neat. They did a couple other episodes, different episodes along the way. They did the Battle of Los Angeles one, which I thought was pretty neat. I didn't bring it today, but they've done a couple other UFO ones that are pretty neat, that they test things. And the Battle of the Los Angeles one's pretty cool, actually, because Ben gets to shoot a big 50 cal gun. He's up there on the back of a truck, just bam, 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 you know, firing, and it's shooting out a weather balloon to test that theory, whatever. And the pictures are pretty dang close. I mean, so I mean, if that's what happened that night, so be it. But you know, in the Battle of Los Angeles, but I mean, they made a claim that it could be faked, you know. So, but this one they couldn't figure out.
Right.
And I thought it's one of my favorite videos that they did. One of them. They did quite a few that I really liked.
Oh, they did the whole episode of the those creatures walking in the
yeah.
in the yard, and they
The
could
Fresno?
not, and Fresno creepers or whatever they're called.
Those things are creepy.
Those they
thought
could
I had that
not
somewhere.
figure out. They could not figure out the how that even happened. They could not replicate the way it walked, the way it moved, and anything like that.
That would be super hard to fake because, I mean, the legs are so long and the torso's like
Right.
barely there.
Well, they were thinking it was like a puppet on a string or something like
Yeah.
that, but even that they couldn't even figure out. Which,
Yeah, that's
we've
crazy.
talked about that on the podcast.
Yeah.
Before all that, but
Oh shit, can't even get into it.
I still have more things to talk to you guys about what's going on in my house, but we'll do that toward the end and
Oh,
everything.
okay. Yeah.
But, yeah.
I'm trying to find the video Jason's referencing right now. It's called the Fresno
Night Stalker.
Night Stalkers.
Yeah, and it's creepy.
It just came to me because I was
I was
calling
like,
them creepers.
I was like, what is that called? I have no idea. I'm trying
Because
to find the video.
there's only two videos of these things ever been caught on camera, and this was in this guy's yard,
right,
and then at a state park.
Yeah. The reason the guy in the yard started filming is because his dogs would go crazy every night and they'd bark. He's like,
At a certain
what
time.
in the hell
Yeah.
is going on? So he set up security cameras out there, and when he saw possibly what they were barking at, or he caught these things,
Right.
it scared the shit out of him. He's like, what the hell? And Factor Fake went there and tried to, like Jason was talking about, try to investigate that, and Jesus, try to go over it. So I'm trying to find it real fast here. I apologize. I wasn't prepared for that one because I didn't know we were talking about that.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I like talking about stuff off the wall. I know I have a video of it. That's why I'm trying to find it real fast
Yeah.
here. Problem
It's
is
creepy.
where-
I mean, we've played it before for everybody.
That was a long
and
time
it,
ago.
it was a long time. It was just how they move.
There
If
it
you
is.
know about the there we
like
go.
it. I don't know if I can remember where the hell it's at when I try to pull it up.
400 files on there. You can get to it in like 2 minutes.
I know. He
That-
knows.
Crazy.
That's better than most times. 'Cause most times I'm like, well, I know I have. I can't find it, so we'll bring it next week. So this is the Fresno one. Let me get queued up here. 1 second here.
One.
Stop it.
Okay.
I'm kidding. Okay.
Take
so,
one.
Now, take in mind, this video is not the greatest because of the
Okay.
fact.
This is not the
This is the
actual
other
one.
second
This
one.
is this is the same things though.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, I see. I think this is the one that's not going to play because there's 1 and 2.
Okay.
I don't know why that one's like that. It's probably
What's
the
that
top.
one in the other corner?
That's the spaceships.
Okay.
On the moon.
So yeah, so what you're seeing now is
Nothing
the
yet.
second. Well, you will in a second. Is the second video that was ever captured of
In the
these
state
things
park.
in a state park.
Yeah.
And it's how they move and walk. This is exactly what was captured in that guy's yard. What, a few years prior?
Yeah.
I mean, it's several years.
Because this
separate.
one right here was taken like recently in like the last
4 or 5
years,
4 or
something
5
like that.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe 4 years. That's why we had the second video because I was like, ooh, that's why I brought it up again because the second
Right.
video came out. So
Right.
I'll play that real quick here.
Okay.
Like Renee said, they look like life-size clothespins, and you're right.
They do. They do.
So here's that video, the second video.
I don't know about the stroller part of it, but but that first part of it, it was minus the music that was with it, but
Yeah.
that was caught by a state park camera.
Yeah. The only problem I have with this video versus the original one, I wish I could I have it, it's just not pulling up right. The format's not. Is the fact that why is the stroller just randomly there? Like
Right.
for reference points, other than but I mean, is it staged that they put it there and it's overlapped possibly? I don't know. But the original one was pretty credible, I felt, because it was in somebody's yard.
Yeah.
And the guy, I think the guy even took a lie detector test and he passed. So it's not as if he made it up. He's like, no, this is 100% real. I mean, I'm glad you guys even came out here to visit. But that one right there, yeah, the music was an added bonus.
Wonder how big everyone thinks they are.
Well,
Tall.
that one, I think that once again the cleverly placed stroller happened to be out there with no baby in it in the middle of the night.
I feel like that was like an overlay.
It could have been.
I don't think even there's any stroller there or anything.
I mean, I think that gives you the reference point. It's not very tall because the guy in Fresno, the one in his yard, was no taller than the fence.
Right.
Basically.
So my height, maybe.
I'm
just saying. No, I use my height all the time as a reference point, but maybe not much taller.
Maybe 4 to 5 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try to find the other video while we're sitting here because the other video I like a lot. Well, and this wasn't bad. It's just oh crap! It's gonna make me.
Well, the music was kind of cool.
I was jamming over here. Yeah, I was dancing.
I'm jamming.
So dumb. Let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna find it or not. Dang it. I think the video I have right there was when I sent it to Jeremiah when he put it on the show for us. I may not have the original one anymore. You dancing to the music in your head?
Yep.
Nice.
I was walking like one and trying to get away.
I can't find it. Shit. But
That's okay. That's okay.
No, but like Renee said, it looks like 2 clothespins on me
Right.
walking.
Yeah.
It's so freaking weird. I mean,
Right.
what are these things? Are they real? I don't know.
Well, there's Native American.
Who?
Native American statues that have been placed and everything, and they have it like in their background and stuff of stuff that looks exactly like those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
Not to my knowledge. Anyways.
Oh, I brought it to the podcast when we were talking about it.
I probably was sleeping.
Um,
I'm just kidding. I'm probably doing what I'm doing right now, trying to find videos or pictures of shit.
but
I'm
yeah,
listening.
there's actual
No, I gotta
photographs
find
of statues that represent what those things look like.
Oh, really?
I mean, almost identical. Just like a very small, almost like a wishbone.
Huh.
Basically.
I'm trying to find the other footage. I know I have it here. It's going to drive me nuts. I'll find it after the show's over. Like, hey, there's that footage
Yeah.
I was trying to find 5 minutes ago. Yeah. No, but I even put a picture, I remember, of a clothespin thinking this is what they look like.
Right.
And I can't find you that either. So,
That's okay.
yeah. But no, regardless, it's crazy stuff, man. It's just like...
A lot of weird stuff.
Because,
I mean,
it's real.
What if, I think when we were talking about it, we thought maybe, is this something natural to the earth? I mean, if Native Americans were, building sculptures out of it and doing stuff like that, is it something natural that they knew about from back generation and generation, Is it coming back, because of us stupid people here?
You gonna blame Trump
I don't
for it?
know. Huh?
You gonna blame Trump?
Why not?
Yeah, they look pretty cool. Statues.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what is this? What are these things?
I don't know.
I think some of the people impressions they get are they're aliens, possibly.
Maybe,
but why?
But when Native Americans, I mean, maybe the Native Americans are doing it to, maybe the natives are building them because of what they've seen in the past.
Could be. I just don't know. It's such a bizarre phenomenon. It's like, what is this thing?
Wow.
I can't find it yet.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's the original video.
that helps me.
Oh, sorry, I'm just watching it. Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
know. I'm not sharing with the rest of the class people.
Sorry, my bad.
I'll keep looking for the one because I know I have them. I save everything.
So,
Go ahead.
back to the house issue, and just pick your brain on
go ahead.
a few things. She brought back to my attention here because I was telling you before the podcast about she got home.
Mm-hmm.
This is just here recent. This is right before we actually came to the moment of like, okay, life's better now. But as she's laying it, she just got home from a trip. her bag that she put in the bathroom. It's her, bathroom bag. Everything she needs for showers and all that. She put it in the bathroom, shut the door, walked away. It's only her son and her daughter at home.
Mm-hmm.
She goes into the kitchen. They're all in there watching TV. One of them's laying down. She walks into the bedroom, and the bag is no longer in the bathroom. It's over on the floor, closer to the desk, and how the room is, in a completely different area than where she would ever put it, even if she brought it into the bedroom. It's like closer to my side, and then her purse is like kicked over, almost like something came in and just was pissed. She even asked, anybody been in there, and she knows, and she can even go back and look at video footage,
Right.
and see if anybody even did it. But just like that happened. Now she's also had moments where they're at home, and I'm working all day, all the time.
Right.
But she works from home, and Google will just start talking.
Like somebody's making a talk.
Just out of nowhere, will just start talking.
Huh.
And she doesn't have any explanation for that either, because you have to do the whole "Hey, Google,"
Right.
Because I don't want to do it because I don't want my phone to go yes. But you have to do that.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. And then she was the other day. She was frustrated and just went and laid down. And she's just trying to relax because they're doing their own thing. She's trying to just take load off for a minute. No fan on, no breeze, nothing going on in the room or anything. And her dress that she has actually 2 or 3 dresses hanging.
Right.
They're on the closet door, and the door is actually, slid open, so it's kind of like being blocked.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just dangling there, and it's open. And she notices that one of the dresses is actually waving and moving, as if somebody is like over there moving it or constantly pacing back and forth. She tried to manipulate it and do everything herself. I got home and tried to make it happen too. Nothing. Can't. And Leo knows first account, from Wilson of that dress and everything moving. When there's no wind, there's nothing happening, but then you have that happen. So just lots of random things that keep happening. Any thoughts?
Well, we need to check it out. We need to figure out what's in there.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say just because of. You started to say something. Maybe you finished it off about the previous owners. Did you say? Did you ever finish that?
No.
Okay, I was like, I'm not sure.
OC has so we
I wasn't going crazy. Like, did he finish it?
Well, because I started mentioning about cleaning, and you were like, and then you
tangent.
Yeah, you got me.
My sarcastic tangent.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
got me distracted there. It's just funny that when we were in there, because you were like, okay, I wonder if the former owner had something,
Right.
Well, when we were going through the drawers and everything in the kitchen. She hollered at me, "Hey, come take a look at this." And I walk in there, and she pulls out she didn't pull it out. She had me open that drawer, and I opened it up, and there's a Jehovah's Witness magazine inside, and everything. In the kitchen drawer where you put silverware and everything, there's a properly placed Jehovah's Witness, Watchtower magazine right there, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, at least now we know the type of people that were living here. So,
right.
And they don't believe in any of that shit. So, the only thing they do believe in is demons. They do believe in that because of Ast, but they don't believe in anything else.
Interesting.
That's weird.
I remember you saying that before. That
yeah.
I think you told me that about you guys finding that like pamphlet, whatever it was. Yeah.
It went in the trash very quickly, but
You didn't read it?
No.
I was reading because they're fun to read.
Well, I've read several in my life, but I'm done with that.
Fine. Damn.
But no, so I mean, what do you think? It's like any.
Is it possible? Do you think they conjure something up? You mean as far as
no, just with everything going on, I don't know. Well, I'm at a loss. So, or is it just that we need to just get in there and find out?
Yeah, because when I was there I was kind of getting some.
You got sick to your stomach at one point.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
In the toddler's room.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
You were getting sick to your stomach.
It had a high spike of EMF.
Yep.
In there, and it was just kind of, we could never find the source of it either. We went underneath his bed and looked.
We went downstairs in the basement.
That's what led us to the basement storage area. That's right.
Yep.
And then we started getting some hits on that with
EVPs and other things,
yeah.
but
yeah, I never found the source of what was triggering.
So you had a lot of high EMFs in the bed area.
It just felt like where he sleeps, which is the whole point of it was the toddler would wake up consistently nightly, crying basically, and just would never want to be in that room, and
at times she's walked out there at like 2-3 in the morning to see him standing there, screaming and crying. But at one point he was like pointing, toward the wall and everything like that.
That's right.
That's and shaking.
That's right. I focused on that area.
Yeah.
It's just like could never really get a definite answer to what was the problem in that room. I mean, it just felt real thick.
Well, see, I thought about that a little bit.
What's that?
The beds. And there's been certain places we've been into that, the bed is a super hot point for K2's EMF,
Wilson,
tri-field meters.
Right.
So, okay, and you have the same situation. A lot of the time, if I see or hear spirits, it's when I'm sleeping and they wake me up. And so there's a lot of energy there. The energy is always focused in the bed because that's where they communicate easiest to me. And of course, you probably have the same issue with wearing headphones at night.
You're at ease.
Right.
You're vulnerable.
Yes.
It's easy to get to you.
And so with children, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
That's where they're going to get you best, is when you're asleep or in your bed, they're going to be able to communicate. Yeah. So could the energy still be strong after you're out of the bed? Because that's where most of your energy is being elevated at.
If the spirit or entity or demon or whatever you want to call it was standing in there for the longest time trying to communicate, then that aura or that residue is still going to be there.
Exactly.
And we always talk about children, being the blank slates that they are. Yeah. They had never seen the world. They haven't really experienced, especially at that age. He was, 2 at the time?
Yeah.
And, he probably couldn't formulate the words of what he was saying. He was talking to me that night, and he seemed like he was a happy kid.
Oh, yeah.
He was showing me Spider-Man. I understood what he was saying, which most people probably wouldn't, because, I've had kids. If you have kids, you kind of start to learn their lingo.
Yeah.
And from the outside, it sounds like gibberish, basically. But, I could understand I didn't understand everything, but, I could get the gist of what he was pointing at.
Break in between and figure out what he's trying to go with.
But, so that when he comes to, to Corey and them, did he ever say anything? Like, did she ever pick up on anything that you know of? Because moms would know best, especially with they understand they have that bond. With the child.
He does say he did used to say a few things, like sound. Oh, let me just go to just recently. So around the same time that she's having the Google thing, just in the last few days, he came screaming out of his bedroom to her, and he claims that he heard something.
Okay, what was it?
Something that just startled the hell out of him, that he was almost inconsolable and just crying and everything. She's trying to calm him down.
Wow, that's
and everything. And I guess it's happened twice now. Just recently.
So maybe something's coming up to him and talking to his ear, and
could be,
maybe he can't see it.
And she never heard anything. Her kids don't. Her daughter didn't hear anything. Yeah. She didn't.
Right.
But he comes running out. He said it was like a loud click click type sound.
Interesting.
And other things,
Yeah.
Now we do have that camera. The cameras we use for cases now. Sometimes it makes a clicking sound when it from night vision to normal, but he hears that all the time.
Yeah, it's common background noise to him. He probably doesn't even pay attention to that noise anymore.
No.
That's all common.
He's very aware that Mama is watching him, But it's very odd that he would come, running out, screaming.
See, I'm trying to think back to that night. I feel like we were hearing stuff in his room.
Yeah,
noises that were not. Yeah, we did, because I kept asking you what's behind this window or what's behind this building.
Right.
Enough that you went out there to show me whatever. He's like, this is where the backyard is, or whatever it was at the time, the side of the building, whatever house. we kept hearing some unusual, misplaced noises. I'm not saying it's what he heard, but
Right.
it didn't really follow rhyme or reason. Like
There's
knocking
nothing on the
door.
outside, like attached that has any electricity or any
Right.
box or anything out there. It's
Yeah,
just-
and you live close to a main road that
Yeah.
most of that noise is gonna get drowned out anyways.
Yeah, I mean, you hear the police, running by at full speed and
Sure.
sirens at 1 a.m. all the time.
Yeah.
And that doesn't bother him.
Yeah.
Now, he's not as bad as he used to be. I mean, it's
Oh,
like
I
a
bet.
rare occasion now that he loves his sleep now. I mean, he doesn't even fight going to bed. When she says it's bedtime, he's like, okay, bye. And he
Wow.
runs and he's ready for bed.
Damn, that's unusual.
I know. Well, he's got a TV and a DVD player, so
there
he
you
watches
go.
TV and
Okay,
falls
well,
asleep.
shoot,
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mistake because we did the same thing with our kids, and now they, yeah.
Well, it's funny because we had Curious George on in his bedroom all day today because it's a looping DVD, and then we're trying to relax, so we want him entertained. So we got Curious George on the main TV.
Oh my God.
So all you hear is Curious George all over the house right now.
no.
But the funny thing was, you were playing Curious George that night too. I think. It was
Yeah.
a Halloween special. Because I remember
we were actually watching that today too.
Because I remember you said you told me you had bought it that day. 'Cause
Yeah.
You liked Curious George and you just
Yeah.
picked it up that day.
Yeah, that's
So
funny.
And I remember the episode because my boys used to watch it too when
I
they were
love
little.
now. I love that episode, that whole movie.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
But no, it's crazy that all this stuff is happening.
Yeah.
Very strong right now.
Right.
And it seems to be more toward her than it is me. Now, I a couple of nights ago, 3 nights ago, like I said, I told you I was home alone, and as Corey was out of town, I was the only one in the room, and I was just kind of texting her, and we were going back and
Right.
forth, having a good conversation and everything, and all of a sudden, I get hit right here on my leg really hard. I mean, it's like somebody just comes up and just knees me really hard. It was enough that it hurt, and I was startled.
Wow.
And I turned around, I just looked around the room, and I'm looking toward my desk and everything, and I'm like, I know nobody was there, but
Right.
it was a...
Were you stationary? You said, or were you moving?
No, I was leaning up again, because
okay.
the bed's high, so it's
Right,
like perfect height for me to lean over and just
I was trying to
be
remember.
texting.
I didn't know if you ran into something.
Nope, standing right there.
Gotcha.
I was standing on one leg and had my other leg kind of like
Yeah.
back behind it, and bam, I get hit.
Damn, that's weird.
So
Yeah, which
I don't
kind of brings a interesting take on things as far as what we originally thought might be there and what might actually be there.
right.
Because you have a lot of keepsakes there and stuff like that.
And a lot of the
could be
keepsakes
triggering.
are gone.
Yeah, that's true too. So we did get some interaction with that.
Yeah.
Slightly. Not directly, but slightly. Well,
But-
not directly, but not
Right.
a lot. Not enough to make me feel comfortable saying that's who it was.
But that is gone now.
Gotcha.
So going to be at a
Yeah.
permanent resting place.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's interesting.
I know, but it's the way we have been feeling with the anger and the emotional. It's weird.
How long has that stuff been out of the house?
Oh, just recently.
Is this when the activity got stronger, like heavier?
Maybe at the strongest point.
What have you tried bringing it back?
No, and I won't.
I was just curious. No, the reason I say that, maybe that was the common denominator, was the fact that you took that stuff out, and it's like, hey, bring it back. I'm just saying.
I know.
I'm just curious before you do what your ceremony and stuff.
Could she have been holding this said thing that's in the house back?
She being Corey?
Well,
Or
no,
the
the other device.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Yeah,
Maybe she's sitting there.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
That's what I was thinking too. Maybe along the same lines. Yes,
Yeah.
we're on the same path.
No,
yeah, maybe
I don't
that's
think so.
maybe that was the protector kind of of sorts that.
Yeah, but things were
Figure things out.
already getting to a head. It was already happening and stuff. And right now, as of right now, it feels clean, clear, perfect.
Good.
All
Very
that.
Good.
And it feels so much lighter in the house and everything
Yeah.
like that. It feels so, and that's the weird part.
Well, and that could be because again you addressed it.
True.
You guys
Yeah.
addressed it and sit there and said, "Hey, why is this happening?" And then all of a sudden it's like, "Oh shit, I've been found out."
Right. Well, good. We'll keep addressing it then.
Yep. We'll definitely have to go visit before you guys move out, just to
Oh,
get
yeah.
a good thorough. Because I mean, even if you guys move out, doesn't mean the people behind there should suffer. If it's
Right.
something that's negative, maybe
No,
we
if
can
we
move it
can
on. And,
if we can clear it out altogether, I'd be
Right.
happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On an unrelated note, I was able to get that original Fresno video downloaded here. So if you want to watch that real quick before
No.
it's almost time.
Not at all.
We got 4 minutes left.
Nope. Nope.
I'm doing it.
Okay.
So this
Good.
is the original video we talked about. Now this one is grainier because it's from a night vision camera from back in, I think it was even VCR tape days.
I think so.
That's how bad the video quality is. But this guy had these things going in his yard. This is the guy in
That's
Fresno.
so cool, though.
With the dogs. Yeah, that's why you even bought
I
these
wouldn't want to
cameras.
look out my window and see it though. Oof.
Heck yeah.
I kind of would like to see what
Would
they
you?
are. Well, I mean, you get some closure on
Well,
it.
yeah, I mean,
That's
you
what
could-
it is.
Well, go out there
Holy
and
shit.
go out there and confront it. I mean, what is it? It can't punch you. It
Yeah,
has
you
no
trip
arms.
it, yeah.
How do you know? Maybe
I
it's those
know.
long arms that come
Oh,
out and
God.
kicks you in the face. I don't know. So, all right, I'll play it real
Chops
quick
you
here.
in half.
This is the Fresno video, the original one that triggered the whole phenomenon.
Jumps in the air and goes.
Oh, that's so cool.
So yeah, you saw the lovely quality of that footage. That was the original footage from the guy's tape, not the original footage because I don't have it. But
Right.
This is a copy of a copy.
I
of a copy.
wonder if anything like that has happened since.
I'd be curious
I mean,
too.
did he just capture him on camera and then all of a sudden it just all stopped and went away?
That's just it. I mean, I've only heard of these things twice ever.
Right.
The first one being this Fresno case, the second one being in that park, whatever. I think was in Fresno also too. I believe. I can't remember, California somewhere near.
It was California.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And the thing is, Fact or Fake thought it was intriguing enough to go out there and try to debunk it, but they also felt it was credible enough that they couldn't debunk it. They're
Right.
like, no matter what we do, we can't get that movement down.
Can't get any movement.
Because their thought was maybe it was just a kid in a sheet. And
Or-
they had a little kid come out there. I think the donor's son came out and did it and couldn't even. The
It
movement
doesn't even
wasn't
match.
close.
Yeah.
They put. Remember, they drew like a long fish line, whatever, because you can hide those easily on camera, and tried to drag it along, and they couldn't get the movement down. It was you could see where it's flopping, not quite. And I can't remember what they do like.
It's almost like a marionette type
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
but they even nothing like that matched.
I mean,
it's
these-
like it looks like a physical thing.
Right.
Walking
With
in a
two
wheelchair
legs
on
and
two
a head.
legs.
It's like it reminds me of back in the days when I was growing up, when for Halloween, they would put tissue paper, like Kleenexes, over a sucker and put the rubber band around or string around the
Right.
neck of it, and it would just flare out. But this thing had two legs, obviously in the video.
Yeah.
But that's what it reminds me of the dumb suckers. You wrap up like that and little dot the eyes, whatever, with a marker. But yeah, I mean, they could never figure out what it was, and nobody's ever came forth and said it was a hoax. Nobody said it was
I know.
real.
After all this time,
It's just those two videos exist. That's something I could never find out about them ever.
what if they're capable of being invisible or
Right.
and they're constantly around?
Well, but what is it? Is it a ghost or is it an alien? I mean,
Or is it something from the earth?
Is it both? I mean,
Yeah,
I kind of tend to it seems like it walks the line where it's
And why two?
paranormal. Yeah.
Why two?
And the second one always looks like a child. It's
Yeah.
smaller. It always seems like in the two videos that we've seen. It's like the it reminds me of a mom and then a child behind. Wait for me, mom! Kind of running after.
Or it's
her.
like me and Jake out there in the field,
I'm glad we still have a tall guy like Jake because it used to be Brendan and Jason, and now it's Jake and Jason.
But no, I'm just curious. Like, did it stop altogether? Because I mean,
that's a good
he was
question.
having all that issue with the dog
Right.
and the commotion, so he finally put out the video camera, caught that, and then I never heard if it just after that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You don't hear much about it anymore, so I'll be curious too. But
Guys
that's crazy.
Investigating. Go on the computer, find it.
Yep.
See what happens. Yeah.
Definitely. So, well, guys, that's the end of the show, man. It's 9 o'clock on the dot.
When the next time you see us, we will be next Saturday for our big special presentation.
Yep.
100th.
We are going to see us.
How was that again? 100.
The 100th special episode.
Yeah.
Celebration.
Yeah.
Celebration. Sorry.
And it's not going to be your typical 2 hours that we normally do on the show
Right.
on Sunday nights. It'll be
a Saturday, and we're
5
going to
hours
go
maybe, hopefully.
4, 5, 6 hours probably
until we drop, basically.
Um,
With that being said, we won't have a show on Sunday. We'll have just Saturday will be the actual show. So you definitely want to tune in, and I would definitely tune in because every time we go to this place, we were there less than a month ago, about a month ago, I guess, and we had some weird stuff going on that I can't wait to bring out.
Caught something
to the
that
world.
we can't wait to share with you guys. We won't share it on the podcast,
Not
but
yet. Down the road.
Down the
you'll see
road.
it. Yeah, definitely. So it's stuff that I still can't figure out what it is, which it reminds me today I was watching Fact or Fake videos all day. They have something similar to that, which even made me more curious. I'm like, and this was on a U.S., like what do you call it, a ship, like a USS, whatever.
Right.
And it was something
I want
similar.
to say I've seen something like that before. you
Yeah,
know?
and I was like, I forgot about that evidence until today. I watched it, I'm like, oh wow, that's just like ours. Similar, not identical, but ours is actually not grainy. That's what I like about it.
Yeah,
it's
it's a
in
good
full
catch.
spectrum, and just if I wouldn't have saw it with my eyes, I would never believed it. I mean, I physically saw it, and then happened to pan over at that exact time and caught it. So, yeah, so that's the place we're going to next Saturday, August 1st, from 7 o'clock till whenever.
Yeah, well,
definitely tune in. We're gonna
hopefully have the whole team with us.
I think so. We're having more people than we're used to having, which is going to be fun.
Because
Hopefully,
we're going to be podcast and investigating and doing some special things that who knows what might actually happen to one of us or all of us.
That would be awesome.
So
yeah, definitely. So I mean, like I said, you definitely don't want to miss that. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn that notification on. That way, when we go live, you go live with us.
Tell your
especially
friends.
next week.
Friends, family, mistresses, and
I would
misters.
say misters and mistresses or mistresses or whatever. Tell a stranger. Just tell somebody. That's how we get the good word out. But it'll be a fun time. And like I said, the trailer we put on, we'll play after the show again, just so you can see it one more time. That's some of the footage. That's a very small amount of footage. We've filmed
Right.
a lot of times there.
We've been going there since 2016.
At least.
Yeah,
Saw
2016.
a shadow right next to me. Sorry. Anywho, that's we've got evidence from day one, and we still continue to get it, the evidence. So that's why we like going back to this place, and it's fun. So I'll play it one more time before we leave here. I'll play it before the actual credits. So once again, thank you for tuning in this week. This is Cryptic Heartland episode number 110, and we're going to go back 10 days or 10 episodes from now, next Saturday, and do the 100th episode, the official 100th episode. So
Yep. See you on Saturday.
all right, guys. Thank you very
Saturday,
much.
peace out, guys.
We'll see ya. I'm not ready for this yet, so hang on.
Oh,
Dang it.
okay.
I should have been ready. Stupid me.
Jason's pointing at me again.
Yeah.
Stop it.
You guys can do entertaining. You can play with each other on camera.
Whoa, hey.
Hey, it ain't me. I'm over here controlling. I'm the man behind I'm the, what do you call it?
I don't know. What do they call it?
The wizard. The man behind the
The
curtain.
wizard.
Wizard of
All right, here we
Oz. You are like a floating head right there, you know.
Good night, y'all.
See ya.
I just saw something flashing on the screen again. I don't know if that's... Whoa!